I was saving it for a good time.
What is it?
Big Chief. The best.
Yes, hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Chief. It's a new episode. You're rocking with your boy Peanut, our Jizzle algorithm, and my co-host KoBayne. How you doing, brother?
What up?
I want to first thank all the subscribers for coming on. Hit subscribe, like, share. I want to thank y'all because without y'all, we're nothing. I appreciate the views and everything. So, it's Chiefs' Ravens. This is the AFC Championship game.
This is the week. This is the week.
Big time. Like I said, 6 times in a row. This is the first time on the road. It's a lot of shit we got to talk about, and I'm just glad to be here. The whole season, we've been talking about how bad the offense have been, how bad the team been. We've been having issues about this Chiefs offense since week 4. KoBayne will tell you he been having issues since week 1. Training camp. When Travis Kelce was fighting the world, he's trying to beat up everybody. He told us then, but we wasn't listening. But we are now.
I think he must have been getting left on red by Taylor.
I mean, because you were saying it, but you know what? We here now though, right? So this is a testament to just how good Mahomes is. So, first thing I want to talk about is injuries from the Bills game. We didn't come out of that game unscathed. Thuney.
Joe Thuney, man.
Joe Thuney is out. That's a big one. Pacheco game. So, first thing I want to ask is from KoBayne is this. Talk about that, man. What do you feel about the injuries and how we left that game?
I mean, a game like that, you probably, we all know, nobody's going to come out unscathed. I mean, this is playoff football. Even leading up into the playoffs, you got, a certain amount of injuries. Some guys are going to play through it. Others, if they can, others won't. And I think that they said it was a strain as opposed to a torn pec for Joe Thuney.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where my focus is, only because, he plays such a critical role as a veteran on the offensive line. So, we're going to miss him tremendously, I believe. But Allegretti, if he's,
he's the one coming up.
Yeah, who they tap to come in, man, hopefully he's going to bring a similar amount of intensity. They got great D tackles. So hopefully our running game and protections don't fall out too significantly.
Our Jizzle, let me ask you about this. We having some issues with Willie Gay. And but how worried are you about that injury? Because he was limited on Wednesday and Thursday, but he didn't practice Friday. Are you worried about that?
I do have concern about Willie Gay because that's going to be kind of our Lamar guy who we're going to tap on the shoulder and say, hey, watch Lamar, follow Lamar, chase Lamar, things of that nature. But he says he's going to go. He said on Sunday, he was on Twitter and he said, somebody asked him, you going to be ready to go? And he's like, yeah, I'll be ready to go. So, I'm confident in Willie Gay's ability to be able to go. I am pleased, though, that the job Tranquil has done. Tranquil's been like a lifesaver for our linebacking group. He played good Sunday, and he also, filled in really good for us during the regular season. So I'm really confident in his ability to go out there if needed.
And you know what? I'm going to come back to you with another question about Willie Gay, but I want to get to algorithm. Pacheco got a toe injury. Are you worried about that? Is that an issue with this game?
Yeah, I'm really concerned about Pacheco. Of course, thinking positively and following the practice reports. If he gets in practice tomorrow and maybe a game time decision, but without Pacheco, we already know that's a huge chunk of our offensive efficiency. And if he's not there, I mean, I do believe Hilaire can come up and be, step up to that starting role and be effective. Mahomes will definitely have to be a little more on point, but yeah, Pacheco definitely that's a concern for us. He's like the heart and soul of our offense, man. He gives us so much energy on the field.
How many carries do we get if he play?
If he play, You know what? I think his energy affects the offense, but as far as carries this game, I kind of think that the Chiefs are going to be aggressive again. Like I've said in the past, I think they're going to come out in aggressive short passes. They're going to get Mahomes in a rhythm, and if Pat catches a rhythm, it could be another 35, 40 pass game.
Okay, I got
So
you.
I say 15 to 20 still. He'll still probably get 15 to 20 if he plays.
15 to 20 is perfect with me.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that, KoBayne, but like I said, I think that's a good measurement. But I want to talk about one injury, not too much with the Ravens, but KoBayne, tell me how you feel about Mark Andrews coming back. Does he affect the needle? Does that affect their offense? How you feel about that?
Sure. I mean, it depends on, I think, how efficient he can be. He's he's kind of like the Travis Kelce, to Lamar in that offense. He looks for the tight end. He looks for that tight end, and he runs deep up there. I was concerned about the tight ends in the Buffalo game as well. Knox and Kincaid was doing damage, earlier, before they played us, and so. Ideally, we want our linebackers, in the back half of our defense focused, when it comes to those tight ends because they, Lamar been getting it to everybody, but we all know that Andrews is one of his,
That's his favorite target.
Yeah,
That's
one
his
of his
favorite
go-to targets.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is something we gotta keep an eye on.
And you know what? I'm actually looking at Likely, or what's his name?
Yeah.
Isaiah.
That dude is like 7 feet tall.
He's a factor.
He can run. He can catch. I mean, he makes some unbelievable catches. So
Okay.
The tight ends, I think in general, I mean, their scheme and their offense is built to put pressure on you everywhere. You know what I mean? All across the field. So
Okay.
we gotta be on our top. Playing our top level of defense across the board.
Spaz is gonna have to be ready for those double tight sets for sure. Those double tight sets, run heavy sets, gonna have to defend that.
Yeah.
How do you defend it? How do you defend a double tight set?
Only way you can defend a double tight set is to go either a 5 or 6 man front. To be honest, depending on how they're doing it, you got to go 5 or 6 man front. You gotta really lock up or play cover 3. To be honest with you, because
in the nickel or the dime.
Oh, you can't play dime. You got to stand at base. You can't go nickel. I wouldn't go nickel or dime.
Base defense.
You would have to go base, and you would have to trust either Willie Gay, depending on, or Tranquil. Tranquil's a good coverage linebacker. You'd have to trust him and whoever's a strong safety on the other tight end. You got to, because they could just line up and run it down our throat.
Okay. Or Jizzle, do you play a spy on Lamar?
You can't spy him all the time. We're going to have to timely spy him because he's going to look to, I believe, throw the ball first, because I think he wants to get that narrative out there that he can throw. They're also going to they do run specific packages, for Lamar. So we're really going to have to do a lot of film study, and I know we have, of his tendencies of when he's looking to run and when he's not looking to run. But we can't just spy on him the whole game and take a linebacker out of coverage. The key with Lamar is really the front four. We gotta shrink that. We gotta shrink that box. We gotta make that box smaller.
So you saying collapse the pocket. Collapse the pocket with the front four.
Yeah, we got to.
But my question is, if you collapse the pocket with the front four and he breaks through that lane, where do you? I mean, okay, in my opinion, you got to spy Lamar the entire game. Where Houston went wrong was, if you remember in the first half, who was spying Lamar? They had that linebacker. He was not blitzing. He was just sitting back, waiting to see where he went, and then he got it. So, in that scenario, KoBayne, I want to ask you again, how do you stop Lamar?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there 44. I forget his number. I forget his name with Houston. But that first half, if you rewatch that Houston in a Baltimore game,
Christian Harris, Kurt.
Huh?
Christian Harris.
Yeah. So they were using him, like you said, a lot. But they also did run some weird blitz schemes, though, early in the game. and it had them kind of flustered. You know what I'm saying? Like it had them shook a little bit. So I don't know if you can stop Lamar. I mean, I think he's gonna get certain stuff off, but I think as far as a scheme, we have to be unpredictable. And when we bring a corner blitz, when we bring a safety blitz, when we do combinations, when we drop our lineman out, to also play that, protection around just kind of keeping them contained. But I don't think you stop them. I think you do what you can to contain them and then mix it up with some of those exotic blitz packages that we've seen.
So you're saying that you can't stop him, but you're saying mix up the blitz to contain him.
Yeah, it's a containment.
Okay, but in my opinion, you cannot. Okay, so you know what? Let me just ask this question. I want all three to answer this question real fast. Algorithm: who's better, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Lamar.
Or Jizzle, who's better?
Lamar.
Okay, KoBayne, who you got?
I mean, raw, raw, but I think the threat of he's shown us this season. And let me get this straight. I'm 1,000% believe that Lamar is
better than Josh Allen.
But what I'm saying is like the build up to this game, the build up and what we've seen through the season is that like we finally been able to see Lamar also be able to pull the trigger, and throw that thing even on the run.
But have we though?
Willing to do that.
But have we seen that?
I think we've seen enough of it. I think we've seen enough of it at least this season. So I would say that as far as what his potential is, because I feel like I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
And I think that our game plan for Josh Allen, it's going to be a similar game plan for Lamar, in my opinion, because we did just enough to keep him. The difference with Josh is that we knew that he was going to get impatient.
Okay.
I don't know if Lamar will have that same level of impatience other than just trying to run himself. And if we can get that contained and bottled up and get him tackled and on the ground, and we've done it before in games against them historically, I'm not that concerned.
Algorithm. Do you feel the same way? Do you think we can stop Lamar?
We definitely contain Lamar. As far as completely shut him down, he's the NFL MVP. He's gonna do what he does when the opportunity's there. But Spags has a history of slowing Lamar down, and we do have a history of stopping Lamar from dominating the game. Now, I will say the offense is a little more diverse this year. Of course, he's a much more accurate passer. He definitely deserves the NFL MVP this year. But the game plan, like Kirk was saying, that we used last week against Josh Allen, I think we're going to come out with something similar. But I do think we'll pressure him a little bit more. I think we'll pressure him off the edges more, and it's going to be a big game for Chris Jones, hopefully.
Let me interrupt. How do we pressure him more? Are we blitzing, or are we how? So who you blitz? But Duffy or the safeties?
I think it's going to be personnel specific, and what I mean by that is like we were talking double tight. I personally would go base, but knowing Spags, he'll probably go like a big nickel or something like that. So I think that the guy up in that box, I don't know who our defensive assistant, defensive offense, you know what I'm saying, the defensive coordinator assistant is. He's going to have to be very keen on the personnel they're sending in and off that field, because if they come out in a four wide, they come out in a any type of shotgun or any type of multiple receiver set, I think that's where they're going to throw that nickel, like you were saying, on the field, and we'll come off the edges with Snead, McDuffie, Reed.
Yes.
The thing about Lamar, in my opinion, he's a great quarterback, but if you speed up his clock, he can become slightly inefficient. And Spags has been able to do that in the past.
Hey, Jizzle, let me ask you this. Let me talking about, I'm glad you said this, algorithm, because I want to talk about this. The wide receivers for the Ravens. How you respect them? Are you worried about them? They don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown or a Deebo Samuels or a Travis Kelce, even for that matter. Are you worried about the skill positions of the Ravens?
Of course you're worried, because they were the number one seed for a reason. That's a hell of a football team that we're going against on Sunday. Now, am I confident in our ability to not necessarily shut them down, but to not give up big plays and to keep things in front of them? I'm very confident in our secondary and our ability to do that. I'm confident in Snead. Snead's got something to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. McDuffie, I'm confident in him. And anytime Eric Reed can hit somebody, man, he is knocking folks out, man. So we gotta
All right, Jizzle, real quick, all right, Jizzle. Wouldn't this be a McDuffie game?
This would be a McDuffie game. This is going to be, because I'm thinking that Snead's gonna be on Odell. I think Snead's probably gonna be on Odell.
Snead's gonna be on Zay Flowers, right? No, he gonna be on Zay Flowers.
You think he's gonna be on Zay Flowers?
Snead's gonna be on Zay Flowers. So now you got McDuffie. He's gonna lock down who. That's why I asked you. Who is their backup wide receiver? Who is their second guy?
Odell.
Wouldn't it be?
They go Zay Flowers, Bateman, and Odell. And honestly, I don't think we got to carry nobody as far as assuming one guy is the number one receiver. Zay Flowers predominantly plays out the slot, so it would actually probably be McDuffie on him more than Snead, because they got Snead on the outside now. But like you were saying, their receivers are a little better. The only skilled player from a receiver standpoint that kind of not scares me, but I think we should focus on is Likely. I think the tight end Likely.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a difficult matchup with that size and the ability to catch the ball, speed.
Especially if Mark Andrews comes back.
Yeah.
If Mark Andrews comes back, he's literally just a decoy. But my thing is this. I don't believe in no wide receiver on that team. Like I said, our Jizzle. If you got McDuffie on, let's just say the algorithm is correct, and you got McDuffie on Zay Flowers. Who Snead is okay? So that means that Snead gets to lock down who? Odell? How many catches did he have last week? He literally had one catch last week. So you don't have to put. If I'm Spags, put Snead on Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is a rookie. He is not ready for Snead at all. Now you got McDuffie to just rover all around. So, do you feel like this is a McDuffie game?
They're definitely going to be going at McDuffie because, you either got him or you got Snead. And up until last week, Snead hadn't given up any touchdowns. So, but you're also going at an all-pro.
Yeah, they're going to have their hands full.
They're going to have their hands full.
They're going to have their hands full. They're going to have their hands full with our defensive backs for sure. But I'm still. Listen,
I think that's our advantage.
Yeah.
What's the advantage, bro? What you say?
We have an advantage with their skilled receivers versus our secondary. That's our advantage. That's why I think Likely and Andrews are going to be the key, and plugging up that middle, making sure they can't pound that ball on us, man. Because if we get into
where I was going.
Yeah, if we get into a throw for throw matching game, which I kind of think is going to be a defensive struggle, we got the game. In my opinion, we got the game.
So, KoBayne, let me ask you this: the weather forecast calls for 90% rain, sloppy weather. I was just about to ask this: who you got in that game plan? Mahomes or Lamar? What you got?
Yeah, we don't care about the weather. We done already demonstrated that the weather don't matter. We gonna play our brand of football, regardless.
Exactly.
So
yes, exactly. So, KoBayne, I want to follow up with one question. Is this? So we was talking about the fact that we got the Chiefs and you got the Ravens, but I want to ask you. I want to flip it because I've been hearing this all day, and I want your expert opinion. Who has more expectation in this game? I know y'all heard it. Who is this? Who represents this game more? Who needs this game more? Lamar.
Who got the most pressure?
Who got the most? Who has the most pressure?
Definitely Lamar.
Lamar Mahomes.
Yeah, definitely Lamar. The reason I say that, and that's a standard response to that, obviously, because he's not accomplished, far enough. And I'm sure in his opinion, that's where he is. But I'm going to push back a little bit and say that because of the quarterback that we got, and because of the mentality that he's shown us from day one, that he's a winner and that he want to win under all circumstances, and he's the kind that if you go and look at his Instagram, the video that was posted, he had clips on there where they were talking about him not playing a road game and all that. He had those audio clips from the sports analysts across the country. And so he takes that stuff personal. I think he's taking it personal that we going in here as underdogs again. And he might, even though it might make the most sense in the world for Lamar to have the pressure on him because of the type of quarterback I believe that we have and his mentality, I think, the pressure's on us.
On Pat. So, Derek, welcome. How you doing, brother?
Yo.
DJ, what's good?
You doing all right? You ready for this? You ready for this shit? Is
Oh,
you
yeah.
ready
Oh,
for
yeah.
this shit, my brother? So, I want to ask you this question. So, the expectations is high, like he just said. He said it's on Pat and Lamar as well. But I want to just ask you this simple question. Do you believe that Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Josh Allen?
I think so. Maybe just by a hair. No, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
You think Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback? So
I think so.
it's raining outside. And do you take his arm? Or you feel like Lamar can get it done in the weather?
From a football standpoint, or are we talking heavy? Like, let me put my Chiefs goggles on real quick.
No. I want you to from football, from his skill point, because I hear a lot of people say that Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson because Josh Allen can actually run it and throw it. So this game has 90% chance of weather, raining. That's 90%.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Do you believe that Jackson can get it done?
I think he has no choice. And when you have no choice, you opted to only be, one-handed. I can only do this. Can he do it? Yeah, he can do it. We're talking about a previous MVP player, in the league. So can he do it? Yeah. Now,
and he about to be
MVP
this year.
Bingo. But with him being one dimension, your options, as they say with the Chiefs, has been limited to, our options are limited. So now you got to go a particular route in which you normally don't go, which is tuck the ball and run because it's going to be slippery. And we've seen the past, I guess you could say important games when it's been raining. It's either he do great or he's awful. You know what I'm saying? So can he do it? Yeah. I mean, I really believe that he can because he's on a different level from any other quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So he can, and this year is going to be, again, another proven year like any other quarterback to get it done. But yeah, I mean, I think he can, most definitely.
Okay. Got you. So Agron, let me ask you this question. So if you are the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs going into this game, what's your game plan?
My game plan is to I think this is an RPO game, especially with the rain and the weather elements. I think it's an RPO game, man. I think we go quick short passes if the weather's not too bad. If not, we put the game in Pat's hands. We short a lineman with Tooney out. I think we go run pass option for at least the first half, kind of get that defense off balance and just. I think this is a full-on Pat show. I'm just being honest with you, man. I think it's a full-on Pat show. You got to look at our skilled players. You got to look at our team. Kelsey hasn't had the best year, although Kelsey is coming on. Our number one receiver is a rookie. Pacheco's a little slow. Pacheco's a second-year guy. I think this is an MVP battle of the two best quarterbacks in the NFL. This game might go down as one of the best games in NFL history. I'm putting that out there now.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Okay. Two black quarterbacks at the top of their game. Both of these guys are in their prime. When's the last time you saw a quarterback battle of this magnitude with two guys in their prime as young? These dudes are 26, 27, 27, 28, whatever. How old is Pat? 27?
Bang it. They told Pat 27, might be 28.
And Lamar's a year younger. So hey man, it's gonna be a barn burner, man. I'm like I said, man, might be the greatest game you ever seen.
All right, so like I said, we're here to talk about it all. We are a non-biased show, and
we biased as fuck.
Nah, we non-biased.
So we're clearly biased. We're honest. We're honest, but we are biased.
We're honest. We're an honest show.
I'm honestly biased.
We're honestly biased.
I need to ask you this question: What's the Ravens' plan? Because we both teams boast a top 5 defense. You got to play devil's advocate. You the Ravens. How you gonna beat us?
The Ravens are going. How you beat the Chiefs? You got to get pressure on Pat. You got to hit him, not just pressure him. You got to hit him. Stop the running game. They are a physical team. How will our receivers respond to their physicality? How will Kelsey respond to their physicality? Baltimore is a different team. It's not just that's the way that the Ravens play. The Ravens are an aggressive, punch you in the mouth type team. And listen, they bring in all this. I don't know if you guys saw it. They're bringing all the legends to this game. They bring in Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Jonathan Ogden. They bring all these guys back. So you got Ravens football there. But you're gonna have to with Pat. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna piggyback on algorithm what he said a little bit. You're gonna have to take this from Pat because this game for Pat, this right here puts him. If Pat can win this game and go on to win another Super Bowl, now he's clear cut the guy. He's already the guy. But if Lamar happened to get one, he's just right there behind him. But if he had 2 MVPs and 3 Super Bowls, he's the clear-cut guy. They not catching him. And this is big for his legacy.
Exactly.
This is big. This is big for Lamar's legacy too. So Pat, who wants it more? Does Pat want it more, or does Lamar want it more? Because I'm agreeing with what algorithm said. This is going to be a quarterback battle. Who going to wield a team to victory? This could come down to who gets the ball last.
Hey, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. Lamar Jackson needs to win this game. He needs to win this game for the sake of all the quarterbacks in the AFC. If they don't win this game, if they somehow let the Chiefs win this Super Bowl.
Start with the AFC Championship. Let's
start
one game at a time.
Okay, so if the Chiefs can make it to the Super Bowl, bro, what are we talking about? I don't want to hear nothing about these quarterbacks. But I digress because we're going to get there. But we're going to go real fast. Because, like I said, you said that Lamar, I feel like that the defense, they need to stop Lamar and his rushing ability. If I'm Ravens, I'm trying to rush the ball with Lamar, and I'm trying to establish that run. But I want to talk about the skill positions again for the Chiefs now. We talked about the Ravens, but I want to talk about Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice, he had a so-so game last week, and Kelsey had 2 touchdowns. But KoBayne, I want to ask you this. Who's the X factor for this game on offense?
Offensive X factor in a rainy game with a tough. I think it's Mahomes. I think Mahomes just gets it all the way in his bag. I guess I can't really call him an X factor.
You can call shit.
But I think we see. I mean, if we haven't seen enough already, I just think for this game, for what's at stake, for the type of defense that they played, the Ravens have played all year, and with mad respect for them, that linebacker crew. I don't know if you get the run like Pacheco's been running because those 2 linebackers they got Queen and
Roland.
Smith.
Roquan Smith.
I mean, they're gonna make it tough. And so I just think that Pat, he wills us through it. He wills us through it and over it.
Pass that dude. Algorithm. Who's your X factor? Who you got? What you got for me?
X factor is kind of tough because I'm kind of like I put out there earlier, and everybody kind of agreed. I think this is going to be just like the greatest quarterback battle you've probably ever seen. But if I'm gonna go X factor, I'm gonna kind of go obvious. I'm gonna go Nick Allegretti. Will he hold up?
Allegretti.
What? The offensive lineman?
Man, look.
Hey, is he gonna hold up? Is he gonna be an issue? Hold up? Are we gonna have to roll? I think they're gonna move the pocket a lot. If I gotta pick a skill position player or a guy who can make an impact with the ball, I'm gonna say MVS.
All right, now y'all used to say my takes was hot.
No, I'm saying, but I feel that Allegretti, but they feel so. Mitchell Schwartz was on 610 earlier this week, and he said that Allegretti was 5 years in the system, and if there was any position where you could you can have an injury and not really feel it was that position. But we're gonna move on. Our Jizzle. What's your X factor?
I really had my X factor was basically the same as algorithm. I was going to say the whole entire offensive line, but that's where the games are won, in the trenches. Who wins the line of scrimmage? We're going to be able to hold up and let Pat do what he do. So, we played some good games with our offensive line, but now we got a new guy in there to take Tooney's place. So I'm going to say our offensive line, because if our offensive line can protect Pat, I'm very confident that we're walking out of MT Bank, or whatever the stadium's called, M&T Bank
With a
Stadium,
W.
as AFC champions, holding another Lamar Hunt trophy, bringing it back home.
Holding another Lamar. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Derek, I got to ask you the same, because the X factor in this game is going to be the deciding factor. Is if we are holding the Lamar or if we are not. Who you got for me?
You on
What
mute.
you got for me, bro?
Harrison Bucker.
Harrison
Yeah,
Bucker.
Butt kicker.
Harrison
Butt kicker.
Harrison Buck.
That's a good one.
That
That
is
boy,
a very
that boy been
great.
solid. He been bad. Nobody's been talking about him, and he's been consistent.
He's been very
Almost the consistent.
He's been very.
So that's a
he's one
clear cut
behind
answer to
Justin
me.
Tucker.
We gonna need to talk about the
we
rest of
talking
the
not only the
special
battle
teams,
of quarterbacks, we talking about the battle of kickers out there. So
battle of kickers, special teams. Yes.
hey,
The guy on the other side of the ball is a first ballot Hall of Famer too, though.
Tucker is a very great kicker. He's not going to do the wide right as we just witnessed from your guy.
So,
But
what you got for me?
I was going to say, I didn't know this about Tucker today, but Nick Wright brought up a good point. He said Tucker this year, he's 0 for 4 on 50-yard field goals and longer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that as well. That's a very great point.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. Because he's been around for a while. So
he's been around for a while. He's been around for a while.
But from 50 in, he's money. He's still money.
Automatic.
He's automatic. But what I want to do is my X factor is once again Clyde Edwards-Helaire. If y'all don't notice, last week he had 40 yards rushing. But we're not gonna go there. I'm gonna move on. I want to do a segment. We're gonna introduce this new segment to y'all. It's called Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire. Now, I just want to ask each one of y'all who has the advantage at each skill position, and I'm starting with KoBayne. KoBayne, who has the advantage at head coach?
That's a tight one. I got a lot of respect for their head coach. Harbaugh's who they are, but definitely Andy. Yeah.
Algorithm. This is it. Who has the advantage or quarterback?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Why?
Patrick Mahomes is the greatest.
There go.
There's no more said. Or Jizzle. Who has the better defense?
Statistically, the Ravens, they got the number one defense. They're beating us by a hair on defense. So, you got to.
That's your answer?
I'm going to keep it a buck.
Okay, so let's break it down real quick. I want real quick. Who got a better D-line?
We have the best player on the D-line. We have Chris Jones.
So who got better linebackers?
If you take our linebacking room, I'm going to say the linebackers. I say our advantage is on the back in our secondary.
On the DBs. I got you.
The DBs. The defenses are close, man. We were 1 and 2 in points.
That's right.
Points given up. So it's like splitting hairs. I could be a homer and go for the home team, but statistically, they've played, great defense.
But I only ask you that because I feel like we have a better D line and we have a better D backs, but they got better linebackers and they have the statistical score. So I feel you.
Yeah.
Derek, who has a better wide receiver core?
They do. Ravens do.
Do y'all really feel like that though?
Do I feel
you
like
said
it?
that fast. Let's think about that.
Well,
Yes, man.
No,
yes.
no.
This is not
That's
a
not.
discussion.
No.
Man. This don't need a discussion.
Who is better on they? Who is better on they wide receiver core? Because tight ends is a part of that. Who's better than Travis Kelce on their team?
Nobody, but that's
there's
on
no
one.
one.
I think the Chiefs have a better wide receiver core than them. I'll be honest with you, man.
Yes.
Stop
I
it,
think-
man. Stop it.
I
Y'all
do,
not
man.
gonna right
I
now.
do.
Okay,
Let's think about it. Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Or
Listen.
would you take Zay Flowers over Rashee Rice?
No.
No.
Would you take Travis Kelce, or would you take Mark Andrews over Travis Kelce?
No.
No.
Okay, come on. You got 6 more positions.
No, we don't.
You got 3 more.
In
But
practice
you
you
take
do,
Flowers
but
over
in the
Pacheco.
game, you know where they're going to. We going to Rashee, we going to Travis. I'm gonna take them two over all the other receivers on the field.
Exactly.
You give me them two with Pat.
Hey, would you take Gus Edwards over Pacheco?
Nope.
Who taking Gus Edwards on Pacheco right in his
No,
group?
but you said receivers.
I'm saying record like just receiving running backs, all that.
No.
I think we got it better. So does that mean that we win the game? No. Yes.
I don't
No,
think
that's
we're
not
gonna
gonna
win the
mean
game when it
anything.
comes to skill
You know,
positions.
we
Skill position.
Yeah, that's not gonna mean nothing.
That's how we gonna get it done. So I want to talk about this, man. We had McCole Hartman. He had 2 fumbles in the red zone, and we had Travis Kelce. I don't know if y'all saw this. Did anybody see Travis Kelce talk about how it was his fault on them fumble? Who saw that?
No, I see that.
I didn't see that.
His fault on the fumble. On McColl's fumble?
Yes. Who
On
saw
McColl's
that? Did anybody see that?
No.
Who wants to talk about it?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't
Nah.
see it? So I'll tell
Nah.
y'all what happened. So Travis Kelce said that on their fumble, he had the block on the guy that hit McCole Hartman that made him fumble, and it was actually his fault on his podcast.
Okay, some of that is cap, man. Come on.
Yeah,
We need-
Kelce said a lot of wild shit. I'm not going for that.
That's bull. That's bull.
Is
going
anybody
for
giving
that.
McCole Hartman another chance in this group?
I like McCole. I like
Like
McCole.
gotta
I
get it
think
together.
he's trying a little too hard because he wants that contract next year. I think he just needs to settle down, and they need to try to ease him in the game like EB used to do. EB used to give him the reverses, throw them the screen passes. They trying to use him like Tyreek these last couple games. You know what I mean? And he's been open. He drew some key pass interference calls.
So
He needs to settle down.
So let's just we keep it honest on this show. We keep it honest on this show, do we not? So if we run the ball like y'all say, and we pass the ball multiple times, put the game on pat, and do we really feel like we have the better team, Derek? Do we have the better team? Because ultimately, what y'all saying is that the Chiefs are going to do this and do that and win. So they have the better team. But Lamar Jackson has literally blasted everybody on the schedule, and 6 out of 9 teams that they blasted is playoff teams. I'm talking about everybody on the NFC side right now, Lamar blasted them. Dude, what's going on?
Who you asking?
I'm asking Derek. Derek, what's going on, bro? Are you feeling like?
I think they talented, man. And there is no team, I said as of last week, win, lose, draw. Last week, those teams that played last week are the for real teams. They've been prepping inside, outside. So going forward, this week, we're talking about literally the best of the best. If you want to beat the best, you got to beat the best. I mean, not even just be the best. You got to beat them. So what I'm saying that to say is, regardless of, like, what I think about is this, as everybody always say, would trade Patrick Mahomes with, said quarterback, would that team still be who it is? Well, can we get that QB? They come over here, would our team be that? I say for real, like how Peyton Manning always had, or like how Brady always made his team. You develop your wide receivers. You keep chopping, you keep working. So I'm saying, like, the best team, I mean, it's a tight race, man, but ultimately, honestly, we just gonna have to see on Sunday. You know, I mean,
listen,
this
I'm with
year's this year's is what it is.
And I want to push back just a little bit on you, Rod. You know, the Ravens got swept by the Steelers this year.
I get okay. I get that.
They lost to the Browns.
They did.
I was there.
That's it.
Yeah,
but that's it. And that's the division. That's the division.
And when you
look, lose to the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree with that. Division games are tough games.
They're tough games.
But let's look at their defense first. Secondary is susceptible. And you playing Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to just throw that out there.
Okay.
Marlon Humphrey coming back from injury.
That's where I'm going next.
Is wet. And Mahomes has shown the ability over his entire career to play damn near flawless football in the elements.
Damn.
I'm just putting it's
so
Big
that's
Chief.
where I'm going. That's where I'm going next. KoBayne, I want to ask this question because you know what, bro? You exactly right. And I want to ask KoBayne this. That is exactly right. But Mahomes plays damn near flawless in the elements. Is that what's going to happen this time? Because the elements is really going to be a factor to me in this game.
Yes, I mean, I said earlier, you know, like, I mean, obviously it's a factor. I mean, it plays a part, but I think the same part that the weather plays, you know, the officiating plays, and you know, the energy level come out. Like these are just variables that I think that are part of the game. And like I mentioned before, it's my expectation in my quarterback that, you know, his intent is to rise above all of those variables to get us across the finish line. I think he's wired that way. I think that's what he's driven by. I don't think that'll be an excuse to him. I don't think you'll hear him at the podium at the end of the game, God forbid we lose, talking about, well, it was raining too hard, or I didn't have the right cleats on, or whatever. Or, you know, he's going to be after the throat. He's going for what he knows in this, and I just think that's enough, personally.
So I want to just follow. Let me get your opinion real quick on this too, because do you know the record with Mahomes and versus number one defenses? Y'all heard that? Undefeated.
No, 4-1.
Yeah. Yeah, my guy is like.
I thought he was 4-1.
My guy is he's unbeknownst versus number one defenses. Okay, so KoBayne, my guy. Does the trend continue? Is Pat that guy? Is he that guy?
He's definitely that guy.
I want to ask all y'all, is Pat that guy? Are we tripping? Is Pat that guy?
He definitely is. But I just want to take a quick step back to just really, like, I think we need to do this. This is our 6th straight AFC Championship game.
Yes.
This is not, like, all the Chiefs Kingdom, if you're out there, if you're watching this, if you just, you know, even if you just came on the bandwagon 2 or 3 years ago, I don't even blame you at this point.
Not at this point.
But I mean, we've been at this, all of us. P gave the background. We've been living and breathing this for many, 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 many years. But for those of you that might be new, I don't hold anything against you, but I just want for all the sports fans to realize 6 straight AFC Championship games.
6.
Let that settle in your spirit and your soul and understand. When with everything else that's being said, with all the talking here, all the NFL analysts that had all these predictions and these prescriptions about what the Chiefs aren't and what they can't be, this organization, led by our head coach, led by our quarterback, led by a group of guys who bought in and believe in what it is that we're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
And here we are again.
Yep.
Another January.
Yep.
Another AFC Championship game. That's something to. Yeah. And so I don't think it ends Sunday. I think that they find a way.
Okay.
And make it happen.
All right. So like I said, man, I gotta play devil's advocate because you made a great point just now. 6 AFC championships. That's a lot. But algorithm, talk to me real quick because I want to hear this from you, man. 6 AFC championships appearances, right? So Mahomes has 2 Super Bowls, 3 appearances, in 6 AFC championships games. Now, let's just say for shits and giggles, he loses this game. I seen on one of my little websites where they was like, damn, six AFC championship games, 2 bowls. Hey, do you feel like that's a failure? If we don't get this chip this year, now remind you the offense has been bad. I know that, but if we don't get this chip, 6 AFC championship games, 2 bowls, 3 appearances. When do that become a problem?
If the Chiefs don't get to the Super Bowl and win, it is a failure. It's a flat out failure. And what you got to understand about the organization at this point, we've seen the potential of what Patrick Mahomes can do. And it's not even potential no more. We've seen what Pat can do, what Pat is capable of. Not potential, what he's capable of. We've seen what other players are. We know what Kelsey is capable of. If the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, will it damage Pat's career? I don't think it's going to damage his career. But as an organization, as Kansas City Chiefs fans, as players, it's an ultimate failure. Because any year Jordan didn't win the championship, he considered it a failure. And that's where we're at in sports now. We are there. Kansas City, we are there. It's been a long time coming. The energy of our community, loving these Chiefs for all these years, we manifested this shit we got right damn now. You hear me? And if we don't win the motherfucking Super Bowl, it's a goddamn failure. Okay. Period. And Brett Veach will be held accountable.
I got it.
Facts.
All right.
Big facts.
Big Chief, that's what we do.
I'm just all right. I'm just saying, Jizzle. I'm just saying because I was listening to a Raider fan and he said, nigga, 6 AFC chips and 2 bowls, nigga, it's starting to seem a little bit. So if we don't win this bowl, who you blaming?
Wait a minute, time out. You listen to Raiders fans?
No, I don't listen.
Oh, man.
But
come on, man.
Like, what's the saying? You can learn the greatest value from a bum.
You can learn from a baby is what
you can learn from a baby.
But you can't learn nothing from Raiders.
Oh, you
well,
that's fine.
So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If we don't win this year, it is a failure. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a little bit different reason. When are we ever going to have a defense this good again? Because we gotta. I'm looking towards the off season. That defense ain't gonna look the same next year. We're gonna lose a lot. We're gonna lose some key players on defense. So they're going to get that bag. And
real quick, let me interject. RJ, who we losing?
Well, I mean, I don't know specifically who we losing, but we got Snead that's a free agent. We got Willie Gay that's a free agent.
Are you paying Snead?
If you're gonna tell me between him and Chris,
what you signed for?
He thinking about it.
You better pay
that
man.
Bruh, we can't pay everybody. So we're gonna play him, or we gonna pay Chris Jones? Who we gonna pay?
Both.
We
can't do it.
We can't do it.
If we want to jump into that conversation now, or we gonna hold off on that because that's a big conversation.
Jump into it.
No,
jump into it. What you mean?
I don't think this is the time.
We're gonna hold off on that conversation.
Right.
We're gonna
personally.
Hold off.
Let's hold.
I'm sorry.
Let's hold.
I'm with RJ. Because that shit will go on forever.
Yeah, because we can. But the only reason I was saying that is because our defense is so good. So we got to win this because we need to capitalize on having a top defense because we haven't had one of these since Mahomes has been on the team. So it would be a waste. It would be a waste of a year of having what some may consider arguably the greatest player to ever step on a football field. I'm still not giving him that title yet because I think he needs to win a little bit more, which he's going to. But we got to win this because the team's going to look different.
I got you. No, you know what, though, too? Hey, Derek, let me ask you this because like they said, they talking about going forward and all this. Man, I want to get with this, but I don't. I want to save this conversation, but I got to ask you, bro, are you paying Snead? You got to pay Snead, right? You got to pay Snead.
All right, all right. So, do you got to, or do I got to? Well, first of all, like, should we? Yes, we should, but we're not. We never have. I mean, we're just not. I mean, that's just our organization. He didn't help develop even like them younger cats that's behind him, showing them the ropes, same as he got showed the ropes, and the same before that. What I think is it what's the cat man name Flowers
Strawberries?
is it
Oh.
Flowers? He was
No,
the
you
only
talking about
one.
Tiberius Ward? We traded him to the Niners.
I'm talking about
The
prior.
Niners
The
taking
only
Mahomes.
I'm talking about the only like DB that we paid extensively year to year to year after his rookie contract.
Oh, that's very
Oh boy, I forgot his name, but his last name Flowers or whatnot. He's the only one within the past like decade. So we developed them
that was
great.
Brandon Flowers.
Brandon Flowers, that's him.
That's Brandon
You know
Flowers,
what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, we develop enough where we hit maybe not on target all the time. However, we have enough men in our defensive back room that's gonna help and work together. So should we? Yeah, we should. However, the algorithm says it's just not gonna work that way.
It's not gonna happen. I get it. Listen,
I think they're gonna franchise Snead. I think that's gonna be the
That
franchise.
would be great. That would be great.
they
gonna
gonna
franchise
franchise Chris Jones.
I don't think you franchise Chris Jones. I mean,
you franchise
he
Chris
gonna
Jones,
pay.
you trade him.
because you've already got Chris Jones to play on the contract he played now. I think you try to run him. He's getting up there a little bit. I think you run him a 3-year deal, man. I think you try to run him a 3-year deal. Franchise Snead, because when you look at the defense, the strength of the defense is the secondary. If we keep the secondary together with Pat Mahomes as our quarterback, who's going to put up points, if you force teams to go against that secondary to beat us, we got the advantage for a long time. All those guys are young. You know,
Yes,
those
sir.
guys are young. That's my opinion.
right.
That's my opinion.
That's a great opinion. I respect it. But so ultimately, man, like I said, we all have our opinions on how the Chiefs gonna run this game against the Bills. Against the Ravens. Now, we talked about who had more expectations and who had more pressure between Mahomes. Now, I want to talk about the coaches. Now, we don't talk about the coaches enough, and I want to spend a little bit of time on Nagy, Reed, and Spags. So KoBayne, I'm gonna ask you this question: If you Spags, give me the game plan going into stopping Lamar if Willie Gay don't play.
Wow. So let's just hope that he does definitely play, because he's going to play a key part of it. And I think we talked about it earlier. I just think that you got to have a combination of blitz packages and coverages where we stay disciplined and keeping an eye on what the tight ends are doing and the seams, but we do contain. I hate the word contain because it sounds like you almost kind of like, you almost kind of like giving up to a certain degree of like, okay, we're going to let you get this, that, and the other. I feel like if we just keep them off balance, whatever we need to do to keep them off balance, Spags has been great at that over his career of dialing up blitzes and just keeping quarterbacks uncomfortable back there. So we're just going to have to overwhelm them with blitzing, packages that, we haven't shown and do it that way.
Algorithm. So he said blitzes and just different packages to do that. And we talked about the big nickel and all that good stuff in the base. But you said something that I heard you, and I want to follow up with you because you said that on offense you're playing a double tight, right? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Now, okay, so if you're playing a double tight, that means that you're passing more than running. Or are you doing that?
I mean, if they come out on double tight, that's a run look. So that would lead.
Oh, you said the Baltimore Ravens come out in double tight.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about us double tight?
Oh, I thought you said that
he was talking about the Ravens.
Oh, okay. So the Ravens come out in double tight. That means they're running the ball. The defense, the Chiefs defense had trouble stopping the run last week. How do you fix that?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm with the hometown boy Nick Wright on that. I think that was kind of by design because I watched the game like 10, 11 times. I'll be honest with you because my brother was in town. It was a great moment. We won the game, so I just kept reliving that moment. Shout out to my brother too. If you watch the game, you'll see there was a lot of time that the defensive linemen didn't rush or didn't pursue gaps. They kind of manned up and watched. And it was like that was the design play call, even though it was a run. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Like
Real
they
talk.
were. It's like they were trying to like I said. It's kind of exactly what Nick Wright was saying. If you pay attention to what he was saying that they were trying not to get Josh Allen in the groove of making big plays. And I think that that running game last week, I think this week they'll be a little more aggressive against the run. I think we'll be able to slow their run down. To be honest with you, if Chris Jones come to play. And from what I'm reading online, they're saying if we make it to the Super Bowl, Chris Jones get another $1 million. I think Chris Jones going to come do that damn thing. That's what I think.
Okay, I get it.
I think we gang up on the run and force him to throw because our secondary overmatches their skill players. That's kind of what I think. I think we pressure. Like I said, we're going to blitz him. We're going to pressure him. We're going to take that run away.
What you got to say, RJ? What you got to say?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. I was holding up that one because Chris got $1 million on the line for us getting to the Super Bowl. I think number 95 has a game like he had last year in the AFC Championship game because he pretty much put us in a position. He dominated, and I could see him dominating. Because this is it, and they get 2 weeks off, and but this is it. $1 million on the line for him. I know them other guy, and I know his boys. I know his boys on the defensive linemen. They gonna want it for him too. So we're gonna have some guys big game hunting on Sunday.
So, let me ask KoBayne, can Lamar beat this secondary with his arm?
I mean, he's throwing some. I'm giving him credit, man. He's throwing some really accurate bombs, some lasers. He's making, he does have receivers like Zay and others that are making some plays, but it's going to be a challenge. I guess for me, what I'm happy to say is that I believe that we got a secondary that's up for the challenge. Like I don't think that anybody, right now that's still left scares them in terms of what their approach is and how they are going, how they're approaching the business. Like I listen to Snead's interview, and they say certain stuff at the podium that's pretty much kind of cookie cutter stuff. But if you watch his play, if you listen to his mic'd up, going back to the Dolphins game, against Tyreek, it was like, I'm here and I'll be here all day.
All day.
I'm going to be here all night. Yeah. And we saw that. We saw that again against Buffalo, and I think we'll see that on Sunday.
So, Derek, like I said, man, the question is been asked about Lamar is, can he get it done? Let's talk about the two quarterbacks that he has beaten in his playoff time. Even though Lamar got an MVP, he has beaten Tannehill and C.J. Stroud. Now, granted, C.J. Stroud is a rookie. He had a great time. He had a great run, but his team is not on that level. Are you, I got to ask the same question, man, because I need to know. I need to know. Can Lamar get it done? Can he get it done with his arm? Or can he get it done with his arm or his leg? Let's go there.
All right. It sounds like, I don't know, but can he? He has the ability to do it, right? But it's just something, man, that our defense has just put together, and we've been consistently doing it all season. And I said it earlier this week to a couple of coworkers or what have you. I said, man, the position that the Chiefs are in currently right now this week, I said, I think we have an advantage. Well, why you say that? I said, well, we just got done playing Josh Allen. We're going into next week playing Lamar Jackson. There's no two mirror quarterbacks in the league like those two. with both arms and have the ability to run them wheels. So if that was our dry run, or if that was our particular run to have quote unquote practice to get to the next level in the chip game, hey man, not only do I believe that we're gonna ride that wave, just hearing the particular like energy coming off the interviews about what we going into as a team, offense and defense, I just don't know. Can he? Yeah, he can, but it's just something that's there. Like, I'm not worried about it. Lamar
So you
is
feel
going
like
to be
the Chiefs just got this? You feel like that we got this? This is our time.
I think so. I think we just gonna match their
All right.
energy. You know,
All right.
they hungry because this is they first home game AFC. I mean, they hungry, but I really believe that we gonna match their energy, and with our experience behind it, like it's just gonna be tough to compete with that, man.
Is there anybody else that you would want at your quarterback from if you got Pat? I mean, come on, bro. We literally got Pat Mahomes as a QB.
No.
So-
And any
so
other
that's what
team,
it
like
is.
if it wasn't Chiefs, if it was the Bills, they would throw a ballot in. All right, let's just put Patrick in
Hey, we
versus.
gotta always
You know
thank
what I'm
the
saying?
Bills, man.
I mean,
We got
giving
to
us that
always
draft pick.
thank the Bills because
Giving
the
us that draft
Bills
pick.
gave us that pick,
Yeah.
not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that we was going to do our thing, and we got to thank
Anybody checked
them.
on dude, man, that was crying, though, like that crying. So
I said, hey. And you know what's funny, too? We actually picked McDuffie, and the Bills wanted to pick McDuffie, and they ended up picking Elam. We
Wow.
always fuck them over, bro. It don't matter.
Wow.
But like I said, this is a big fucking game, bro.
It's a huge game for both
This
organizations.
don't get no fucking bigger. And ultimately, in my opinion, I want to ask y'all this last question. In my opinion, it comes down to the quarterback. Because I just want to ask y'all what in a few minutes, because in me, it's about the QBs. You got Jared Goff, you got Brock Purdy, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Patrick Mahomes. That's you got 4 QBs, and you in a time where Tom Brady was winning them bowls, he was winning them bowls. He was the best QB. Let's just be real.
Well, they had the best system, and there was a couple cheating scandals in there.
It was a couple cheating
and there was a
scandals.
couple deflated footballs in there.
But
And there
they
was a
got it
couple other
done.
things in
They
there.
got it done.
And so, like, you can have that GOAT title, but I'm going to put a little speck on your GOAT.
That's
I'm going to
true.
put a little asterisk next to your GOAT. We took the stairs.
We did.
We went through
We did.
decades and decades of mediocrity where we were a tough team that was too tough to get a very poor draft pick, but not tough enough to get over the hump. So this comparison thing, I think as we start moving closer and closer to whatever the apex is of Mahomes' career is going to be, and I hate to, I know you're going somewhere with this, but I just got to say this, man. We keep this comparison going with, because, Brady is unequivocally the GOAT. Okay,
Brady is the GOAT.
Fine.
He's the
But
GOAT.
when our guy becomes the GOAT, there ain't gonna be no asterisks, no question mark.
Yeah, it won't be no
It's gonna be going back to these tapes, watching all these experts talk about how terrible our team was, how Mahomes was broken, how the offense has been figured out, how we're gonna lose every game because we don't have
Blueprints
Tyreek
out.
anymore, and all these other things. I want to make sure that that's part of whatever package they show when he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Sorry, I had to say
that's
that.
very valid. Very valid. Anybody got anything to say about that? That's very valid.
Meanwhile, Bill Belichick still has no job. Go ahead.
Well, he hasn't won anything besides Mahomes without Brady. But at the end of the
did
day,
y'all hear about Belichick though? Talking about he might come to Kansas City, or coach decide to retire.
If Reed retires, if we win this Super Bowl and Reed retires, I will welcome Bill with open arms.
He's not going nowhere. Andy's not going nowhere, man.
I will welcome Bill with open arms. Let Pat and the offensive coordinator do their thing.
Here's the thing about Kansas City. Bill Belichick gonna answer these fucking questions.
He
do
gonna
all that mumbling
and I respect it. But I want to say this, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, everybody on this panel feel like the Chiefs are gonna win this game, and we all debated why we felt this way. But at the end of the day, it's not. I don't feel like anybody thinks the Chiefs has a better team than the Ravens. So I'm gonna give everybody 3 minutes to explain to the national media, starting with algorithm. Tell the national media why the Kansas City Chiefs walk into the A&T Bank. M&T Bank. Why do they walk in there and snatch that victory?
First off, to the national media, I want to address the outright utter disrespect and stupidity, and I think the lack of courage of a lot of these analysts, from Shannon Sharp to Ocho Cinco on their show to just the whole gamut of everybody, because over these first two Chiefs wins, each person described the game as the other team lost and the Chiefs just didn't play better. Right. When we played Miami, they said, oh, the coaching was bad. We played Buffalo. Oh, Josh Allen balled, but the kicker missed and this and that. No. The Kansas City Chiefs walk into that stadium and win. Granted, Baltimore has a better overall team on paper. But when you look at sports, and if you know sports, you know football, you just know life. Matchups win. The people, like, you can be fine. You can have a fine woman, but she got a bad attitude. You can have women be chasing men with money, but no personality. It's about the matchup. The Chiefs match up well with the Ravens. That's what nobody is saying. We match up well. Our strengths are their weaknesses, and whatever we may be weak at, I don't think they're going to be able to take advantage of it. Exactly. I think the Chiefs walk in and win that game. Like we already said, our secondary is our strength. They're not going to be able to pass the ball very well. Okay? They're going to have to run. The elements actually help us, I think. Like I said, the elements help us. The elements make Lamar one-dimensional.
He got crucified. The elements help us. Yes.
I think the elements make Lamar more one-dimensional. And like I said, the Chiefs have the experience. The Chiefs have the momentum. And even though, like, they're going to have Ed Reed and Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis and shit, they can even have Ray Rice. I don't really give a damn. They can do whatever they want to do. The fact of the matter is, we got Patrick Mahomes, and this game right here, Patrick Mahomes has nothing to lose. We're the underdog. We're on the road again. We already know Pat is hyped up.
Underdogs.
And yeah, he's got it in his head that they think they got us. Any true athlete knows that a challenge is what we live for. When I play sports, challenge is what we live for. Don't ever think we not finna come in there ready. Don't ever think that you got something on top of us, man. You got the wrong nigga mad. Yep. Maybe I want to say the N-word.
You got the wrong. You got the wrong. What do you say? You got the wrong N-word mad. Hey. All right.
You asked him to score, didn't you?
Hey, I want to hear your score, brother.
Oh, my score? I'm going 27-24. Derek is right. Harrison Bucker kicks that game-winning field goal.
Kick that game-winning field goal. All right, my brother. So, we're going to move on to the guy, R. Jizzle. You got 2 minutes. Tell me your best. Tell me if you had to explain to, let's say, Obama. I love Obama. Why the Chiefs win? Explain to me why they win.
Mr. Obama. Chiefs win.
Explain to Obama why the Chiefs win against a team that's obviously better than us. Talk to me.
Here's the thing, Mr. Obama. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes II, and the Ravens don't. Patrick Mahomes is the ultimate X factor. He's the difference maker. And let me tell, and I'm gonna say something about what Algorithm was saying earlier, and all these national media people and everything. I'm gonna say this: keep disrespecting us. Keep doing it. I like for us to be disrespected. I like for us to be counted out. I love it. I don't want them talking about us like we're so great and all this and that, like they did the Patriots and all that. No, I want them to keep hating on us. The only person we need to support us is Nick Wright. Everybody else can keep saying what they saying that we didn't beat the teams, saying the teams beat themselves, saying that keep doing that because you keep adding another fuel to the fire. You keep pouring gasoline onto the fire that's already there because them guys all hear it. And you see Mahomes, what he said after the I forgot what he posted on his Instagram after when the guy from Buffalo, I know we're not talking about Buffalo, but Deion Dawkins was like good luck or something like that. Mahomes came back with the good luck after we beat them. And then I know y'all heard him. I know y'all heard him in that locker room. I know you heard him when he said they asked for it and they got what they wanted. Now, see, Baltimore been doing a good job this week. They ain't giving us no bulletin board material. But the media is giving them bulletin board material. Everybody counting them out. The Skips, the Chris Broussards and all them. Keep counting the Chiefs out. We love it. We want you to keep doing it. Because I don't like when they praising us like we just great, like we great. Keep saying how lucky Mahomes is and everything. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Hey, real quick, give me a final score.
Score? I'm gonna say we're gonna put up. I'm gonna say 27-21.
27-21. All right, I thank you for that, boy. I seen the conviction in your eyes, boy.
Jizzle meant it out there.
I see that you are very emotional about this. You're passionate about this. Passionate. So, Derek, DJ, how you doing? So, ultimately, I need you to give me your rant on what you feel, how you feel the Chiefs are gonna win. Because ultimately, this is us. This is what we do. So convince Obama that's from Chicago, Illinois, that the Chiefs is gonna win this game.
Well, Mr. Obama, nice to meet you, sir. I definitely agree also that this is a quarterback run, a quarterback-driven league. And the brains on the field that particular day on Sunday, it's going to be Mahomes. Now, he's not everything, but we talking about an experienced, competitive prick. And I say that from one of our coaches. You may know him, Eric Bieniemy, but nevertheless, I believe that these boys are driven. This is something that we've earned. This is something that we've used to. We haven't sat back. We haven't been parlaying. We haven't been on social media. We've been focused. We haven't been on. I mean, it's just been a time to be a Chiefs fan, Mr. Obama. And that's not to say that he has to root for him or you have to root for him, but experience matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that going in, we're going to make it tough. Now, regardless of, all right, we're going to double, we're going to bracket Kelsey. Somebody else is going to get open because we've been experiencing this. It's just a flip of a coin. So I'm just going and driven with experience, man. And to add to that name, that list of names who's hating, Sean O'Hara, can't forget about him too. So,
facts. Who's your score? What's your score?
Give me your score.
I'll go with this, man. I say 34-24 Chiefs.
34-24 Chiefs. I respect it. You saying that's going to be over the 44. Vegas had the game under 44.
No.
KoBayne.
No.
My guy, you had a long week this week. I need you to give me, I know you like to really dig into the political side of the Chiefs, and I know you like to go into the aspect of the Chiefs that a lot of people don't understand.
I just like to try to give context. That's all.
You give the context. So what I'm about to ask is this: I need you to give me your best 2 minutes of why you feel that the Chiefs team is going to be a team that is the better team.
So here's better team on paper.
On
we know
paper,
that.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I don't need 2 minutes. Here's what
All
I'll
right.
say. Here's what I'll say. I think that because, and this might sound absolutely crazy if you're a franchise that don't know nothing about, conference championship games, this many in a row. But I think that they're really embracing this being on the road situation. It's only the second time they've done it in 6 years.
Yeah.
I saw them coming together on the sideline against Buffalo. I saw them, hey, the fans was talking shit to them. They was talking shit back to them at the end of the game. I saw the fans throwing snowballs at them, and they laughed about it. I see them embracing this role of being, like it's us. It's me and you. It's me. It's us in the squad. It's us against everybody. It's something about that, I think, that's really driving them. And I feel like that's what's going to be the difference again in this game is that we truly on the road. We truly are on paper underdog. And I think that's going to be the difference. I think that's going to be what it takes for this team to bring out things that we haven't seen all season, and the fact that they trust in each other. My score, I think we take some blows potentially early, but we find our our bearings. We get it together. Chiefs 34, Ravens 21.
34-21.
We dominate them in the second half.
Man, listen, I listen to everybody talk about the fact that the Chiefs are with it and ready. And I just want to iterate that the same thing, I feel the same way. I feel like that Mahomes has been baptized under fire. He talked, I don't know if y'all heard Tom Brady talk about how Mahomes is a competition, or like you said, competitive prick, whatever you want to say. But I always go back to the 2019 AFC Championship game between Brady and Mahomes and the secret conversation that was had between the two. And in my opinion, that conversation was the biggest thing to ever happen to the Kansas City Chiefs, because nobody knows what was said in the conversation, but Brady and Mahomes had a great conversation, and this is how I feel like that conversation went. He said to Brady, Brady said to Mahomes, you know what, bro? You a great player. I'm about to get this one. You gonna get the next one. I'm gonna get one more, but guess what? You gonna get all the rest. Because honestly, bro, I don't see another motherfucker better than you is me. So, like Nick Wright said, if Mahomes get this Super Bowl this year, he took the 17th ranked offense, got the Super Bowl, and if we win this Super Bowl this year, they not gonna be able to hold a candle to us next year, because Veach is gonna reload and retool, and it's gonna be a great thing. I appreciate y'all coming on. We're gonna definitely come back on tomorrow to talk about the pregame before the game starts. This is a great time. I thank y'all for coming. Hey, I appreciate all the subscribers. Algorithm, R Jizzle, KoBayne, and DJ. Great content. Hey, this is what we do. We non-biased. It's a great time. But we gonna get it
I'm
in.
definitely biased. Go Chiefs.
The Chiefs get it done. And if we do, we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace out.
All right now.
The best.